The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah. Crystal Mitchell, do you have a
Good afternoon, everyone. This is a Business Zone with
Don. You were right, actually.
I'm telling you, she's out of it
You
today.
were absolutely right.
Crystal and
Don.
And Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. Crystal, what do you have going on today?
oh boy, we're gonna have a great show. It's been an interesting week.
Oh, man.
We had elections this week,
So,
which was quite interesting and still very interesting.
do you feel proud that you went and submitted your
for
ballot
sure,
over
for
there
sure.
at...
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, because I think with us having the House, there's now going to be check and balances, and there's some stuff going on. Before I left the House today, in Florida, which I guess is
Florida.
the swamp pit of America. They're going to probably be doing a recount. They're like a quarter of a point
For three of them.
for three of them.
them.
So that one, and then I'm not sure what's going on with Atlanta, but I think she's close to possibly
She's gonna have a
being
recount
the
also.
recount as well.
Because that guy been hiding the ballot. He's been hiding people who are on the list. First of all, he eradicated 100 and something thousand people from the list.
That was starting from 2014.
Yeah.
And then he did 53,000.
Another 53,000.
Now remember, she lost by 51,000. So
Yes.
the 53,000.
Actually, she's down to 20 something thousand.
20,
now.
right.
Yeah.
And so then they just found some ballots in a closet somewhere.
Yeah.
So now,
Crazy.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's just like, how could you be more obvious about your thievery?
These guys are something. And then he's talking about, we're getting ready to move into the governor's mansion. Please, you have to get that certified first.
Right, exactly. and then it's interesting. The current governor, wife came out yesterday and said, "Well, I don't know if she's going to be able to take care of the mansion. You not doing any work. She's going to use the same staff you using, like somebody on their knees washing floors and stuff.
Yes.
None of that is happening. It's just amazing. Even here in California, there's some absentee ballots that haven't been has not been counted yet.
Well, California is known for their late count on votes because a lot of people do absentee. They do provisional.
Right.
And what's the other one? There are three of them. You have absentee, provisional, and
your mail-in. So you have your regular. Yeah, you have your regular.
So there are three of them, and when those happen, it's going to take months.
Yeah.
I mean weeks.
They actually say California takes about a month for them to count all of the votes. But in the other states, they have just been doing all kinds of thievery stuff.
Thievery.
But
so sad.
It's really, really sad. And
It's hurtful.
Here's the thing, because obviously, with the exception of number 45, number 46 minus 1, everybody is purporting to be these religious Christians. And my question is, how you're stealing votes? You're a man that has done everything under the sun.
Suppress the voting and all that.
The mistresses coming out of his ears, paying off hookers and strippers and whatever. His children stealing from charity.
Right.
How the heck, as a Christian, do you back somebody like that?
No.
I don't get it.
No.
I don't understand that. It just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Well,
it just blows my mind. And then the new guy, the guy that he's putting that after he fired Sessions, he fired Sessions. That was a tantrum.
Doesn't he look like one of those?
No doubt, a
white
tantrum.
supremacists?
Yeah, he does. But he's actually probably is a white
sure
supremacist,
he is.
and he also is a religious fanatic.
Right.
So he actually, this other guy came on. I was looking at him today, and he said that he's an attorney, but he's openly gay, and so this Whitaker, he went after him with everything he had to get him to actually put him in jail. And so the guy says, he says, just the mere fact that he even has the potential to be there scares the heck out of me.
Yep.
He said, because he's dangerous. He's like a bull in a china shop. And he said he's also that kind of person. If he's a bully by his own nature, so if someone else is a bully, he's that type of person that whatever that person says to do, he will do.
Yeah.
And he won't stop to think about it. He won't write. And he's going to say he's doing it in the name of Jesus.
Yeah.
So that's kind of some interesting stuff.
So did you hear about yesterday that they did some background check on him only to find out that he's a crook? He did some what they call world. He's got this world patent business where he tried to patent other people's product, and then he takes a big cut of it. Yeah,
And he's gonna be the AG.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Oh my God!
So it's like this is a circus, man. This is a clown business.
This is the worst of the worst of the worst.
Yeah, unbelievable.
But did you hear the guy that ran the bunny ranch up in Nevada?
The one who died?
The one who died, who just won?
Right.
He's not even alive. So I think there needs to be some revamping.
I am so finished.
I mean, it's like kangaroo court.
He's not even alive.
That is unbelievable.
He won, but he did. I've been dead for 3 years or whatever, 3 months, 6 months, whatever.
This country's something else.
So here they're saying that he run a scam company, right? Let me read it so you can see what it says.
Wow.
So Whitaker links to a scam company that was shut down by the government, right? So over here, let me see.
He was shut down by the government. So he shouldn't even qualify as an AG.
No, he's a crook. He's got a criminal past.
Oh my God.
So it says Matthew Whitaker, the acting U.S. Attorney General, was on the advisory board of the Florida company that was shut down by the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, and served with a $26 million judgment.
Wow.
Earlier this year.
Oh my God. Maybe that's why Trump was saying this morning he don't know him. Because now the real deal has come out.
Now you don't know him.
Exactly. Now he's saying he doesn't know him. These people, man, there's something else, man. That's what you call a swamp. That's the definition of a swamp.
That is the swamp. That is like the lowest. That's Florida swamp. That's where the alligators, where they pull out of those, they pull big bass out of the lake that look like they've been here for 1,000 years. Yeah. That's a real swamp right there.
This guy is something else.
But this one is for Don. So, Ruth Ginsburg fell yesterday, right?
Yes.
So guess where she is today?
She's back at work.
She's back at work.
Yeah,
but you know she works out.
Yes.
So that's why I say she works out. That lady,
absolutely.
She be lifting weights.
Yeah, she's amazing.
That lady bad.
Yeah, oh yeah. Thelma Houston fell on stage. And she said she fell with such grace. It seemed like part of her act. When she got off stage, people was like, so that move that you hit when you went down, they didn't know she fell because her foot got caught, I think, on the stage, and one of the grooves on the stage, and she lost her balance. Okay. But she came up so tough. And got her shoe, put it back on. She said they didn't even know what happened. So,
they thought it was part of the act.
Yes, that's because she works out with you.
Yeah, Thelma Houston is, she better than me. She's better than I am.
Thelma worked out with you?
Thelma Houston works out with me.
76 years young.
And she does burpees without breathing. She's on the treadmill, and that's rough for me.
When she joined the group, let me tell you, they had major attitude when Thelma would show up because it says, here we go. Because they cannot allow this 76-year-old woman to outrun them. We were outdoors at the time, and Danielle would be like, every time I just think I'm gonna have I'm just gonna chill at the workout. I'm not gonna. Here she come, and I just refuse to let her outperform me. And So it's just she's a beast.
She's a beast. So
working out makes a difference with those stabilizing muscles. It makes a difference,
right? Because even though she broke 3 ribs, she is back. They said she was back at the office today, and she was laughing and having fun. And they said that's why they call her the notorious Adrienne Jackson, the notorious RBG.
Yeah. But a big reason why she came back, right? She don't want those people making decisions with her.
Oh no, you can't. Well, you can't.
You know what direction the decisions are going to go.
This is right now in the White House. You can't even go on vacation.
No,
you need when the house go dark.
Yeah.
You actually trail out with them to make sure that nobody's staying behind and hiding in corners.
Yeah.
All of them got to leave at the same time.
Yes. Unbelievable.
You can't go on vacation. You can only go during the breaks.
Exactly.
Because who knows what's going to happen.
Now, do you hear how he was speaking to April today? Ryan?
Yeah.
He was putting her down, saying she's stupid. Yeah. And because CNN hired you and you making money now.
Wow.
Oh, and the same thing with Michelle Obama. He's pissed off. She's got a book and she gonna make some money. Yeah. Like, dude, you robbing us blind.
Well, he's stupid though, because by him talking smack, now people are going to buy the book even more.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Well, that's what has happened.
That's what happened.
To all of the people that have become wealthy is because he keeps small. But they said this week he has spoken so horribly to at least to 6 black women that are journalists. I mean, just like you have a tail. Yeah. But at this point, there's an indictment coming for the son, and then today they said the other indictment's coming for the other son.
Right.
So he and this morning.
Oh, that's why.
That's why he acting like a crazy person. So they had to go dark during the midterms. Yeah. But on Wednesday, Mueller came out with the first indictments coming out on the week.
On Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
This coming Wednesday.
No, this past week. That's why he was. That's why he was having a meltdown.
So did he announce it?
They're saying that between either today or next week, the indictment's coming for Donald Jr.
So he probably went to Rosenstein to get that approved before this new guy came in.
Right. That's why he fired Sessions.
Yes.
And I was at the gym on Monday. I was at the gym this morning, and I mean, he was literally he had already had a meltdown. That was the worst. I don't even think I've ever seen anything like that. Yeah. And I guess it's better them than me, because I probably would have jumped over some chairs and started punching that dude out.
Yes.
If they were going to take my credentials because I went up and punched the president or that little girl that snatched the thing, probably just would have went just ape crazy. So, but those black women are normal. They know how to contain themselves.
They have to.
But can you imagine someone, you got something in your hand and they rip it out of your hand? Your first reaction
is to punch them in the face.
Is to punch them in the face. Like, what you doing? You all
snatch back, smack them, kick them. That's your reaction when somebody does that to you.
That's protection, right? Because you're now in my personal space. And you about to get hurt. Yeah. And he was holding his cool, and then he told April to shut up and sit down.
And then that other girl, I think she's one of White House correspondents.
Her name is
chubby girl.
Her name is.
She has like an African name.
Skia, something with an A. And he told her to shut up, and that was a racist statement. First of all, he don't even understand what that word means.
Exactly.
He's
the one who said he's white nationalist.
I'm so sorry.
He was having
That's a racist statement.
Wow. That's a racist statement.
Really? Are you offended? Don't tell me you're offended.
Right. Then he said, and then when he was saying, Michelle, because Michelle is being very honest in her book, right? So she's saying she was highly offended that he, with the birther thing. Right. And then he came back, well, I was highly offended with him leaving the country like it is. Well, excuse me, so the country
was fine till you stepped in office.
Like, okay, what you offended about that? He left it in good shape? Wow. So he having meltdowns because they about to come after his children.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, which is good. So, but the real meltdown is when they come after the daughter.
Okay.
The other Mrs. Trump, when they come after her, he gonna his little hair gonna stand up on top of his head, and he gonna go. He already looking bad and orangey.
This is unbelievable. Yeah.
I don't even know if
We don't even need to watch the soap operas. This
you
is
don't have
cool.
to watch no novellas.
It's on TV.
Within one family, just watch and see how this
One
family go
family.
down.
And then here's the thing: that his White House reality show has now pushed the Kardashians.
Yes.
So I read today. That's it. The show is gone
Oh, really?
Really? Why is that?
because they only have about 809,000 viewers.
Wow.
And they said they have literally dropped off. The viewership has dropped off a cliff.
Yeah.
Because of Donald Trump?
Well, because nobody is going to watch them.
Right.
So nobody's watching them. No, they're old news.
Yeah.
Because we're too busy watching what's happening here.
Right, exactly.
Hilarious. But that's one of the reasons why I was told that they ended Scandal was because so much was happening in the presidency that
they
it's hard to have a show about the president of the United States because there wouldn't be a shock to especially this guy's in office.
Right, exactly. You got a reality show and a series every week, so every 10 minutes.
So he done messed up the curtain.
So that's why that's why they've been trying to find their way back in. So when the whole thing with getting that lady released from prison, that was supposed to have the fanship. Now that this has come out, because they said even with what did they tell? They said she even asked her mother to use whatever manipulations that she normally does to do it, which is what she's been doing with Kanye, and what she and what she tried.
Her mom been doing with Kanye.
Yeah, that was the mother behind that. Him going to Washington
and acting all crazy.
And so, is that what he said recently when he said he's been manipulated? He was talking about the mother?
He was talking about another young lady, but he possibly could be talking about the mother that they've used him. So, but Bravo.
But he's not saying the Kardashian family, of course not, because he's not ready to leave her.
He's not ready to leave yet. So basically, though, they have lost because just really think about it. Remember before he ran for office, which is what now we've been dealing with him for 4 years, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So remember before that, you could not turn on a radio or TV or your computer and not see something Kardashian.
Yes, they were like running that world.
I can't take it no more. I actually blocked them on my phone, I just couldn't take it. Right. And then along came Trump and his reality show. Kardashian who? So the only time you could talk about the Kardashians is when she went there to the White House and took the picture because she's trying to get her audience back.
That's crazy.
All the craziness with the baby probably wouldn't have black
the president stole the show. Are you serious? The president stole the show in leading in drama. Leading in drama and scandals and conspiracies.
Got rid of the scandals.
What? That's too funny.
All we got is dance shows.
Unbelievable.
That's hilarious.
You need some entertainment to get away from the Looney Toony people. Hey, Rochelle, we're on a roll today.
That's really sad.
Yeah, it's wild.
This is crazy.
This morning, Don shared something with me.
Yeah.
You want to tell Gilbert?
Yes,
because Gilbert
hear.
actually has a personality program, don't
so
she?
I paid for my knowledge this past weekend, and then she wants to take all my how much money you got? This is good stuff, girl.
Come on.
It was too funny because when I walked into my one of the young ladies from my class went with me, and so when I walked into the studio today, went into work today, and I said something, she was already in her flamingo mood, and she was like, "You better start with your inner flamingo. Don't come in here like a gorilla. Say hello." She was already, and she was just so funny this morning. I caught her on tape, just happy-go-lucky, kind of trying to find her superpower. So we learned this past weekend that your superpower is what people usually don't expect of you, but you got to know who you are first. And a great way to know who you are is through animals. But for a long time, we've been looking at personalities or people's character by the colors. You know if they're your peer, that's what, a green color. If they're blue, someone that looks up to you or someone that you can pour into.
Or yellow.
No, a green is someone that you look up to. A peer may be a blue and a green, someone that you can pour into may be a yellow. I forget those colors, but that's what we look at.
Yeah, because I think I've done that one, and I've done yours.
You learn in network marketing that if you know the different personality types and you know how to talk to people, you win. If you know what an urchin is. You know what an urchin is?
The sea urchin.
Do you know what an urchin is when it comes to personality type?
No.
Okay, an urchin is someone who's information driven. So if I know that you're an urchin, meaning I can't make a sale, you are not going to buy anything unless you have all the information. You are an urchin. If you are a dolphin, do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, dolphin is someone that likes to have a whole lot of fun. So if I'm talking to you and I say, hey, we can do this business, there are a lot of people having a whole lot of fun, having these little, at-home parties. Yeah. So if I can show you how to have a lot of fun doing what you're doing, you're going to join the party. You're gonna likely join the business.
Right. If you ask me the next one, I'll tell you.
Do you know what a whale is?
The whale is supposed to be a leader, someone in control.
No, a whale is someone who likes to help people.
Yeah?
A whale, they have a big heart. So if I can show you how you can help a lot of people, make a lot of money, and I give you all the information you need to be successful, are you in? So I touched on a shark, all the money. I touched on a whale, help a lot of people, and I touched on a dolphin, have a lot of fun, and an urchin. Yeah. So that's how you communicate. When you have a 30-second elevator pitch, it needs to touch all of those personalities. Yeah. When you're recruiting people, you need to know if they are green or blue or yellow. If they're green, someone that you look up to, you can't approach them with the same conversation. You can't say, hey, come and look at an opportunity I saw. You can't do that because they're your peer. They're making more money than you. That's someone you want to be like. Yeah. So you need to ask for their opinion in that regard, right? Hey, I took a look at something. I need your opinion because I respect you, right? If they're your peer, you can say, homie, come on, let's go take a look. They're having fun down there. If it's someone that you're pouring into, you can say, look, I got an idea for you. I think it'd be really great. Just trust me when I tell you, and they'll go. Yeah. You get that? Yeah. But this weekend was so fun. We found that we were looking at animals, and the flamingo, that long neck, he like, Crystal is a flamingo. The pictures and watching the animals do all this stuff was so hilarious. I thought of Crystal right away because Crystal likes to help everybody, right? She's in all the news. She's up on what's happening. She's a social butterfly, and you have to reel Crystal in every now and then. But Crystal, okay, so every now and then you're gonna have to tell the flamingo, be quiet. And then you have the turtle. A turtle personality is someone that's real slow. Yeah. They whistle when they walk. Yeah. The guy that's doing my videos. I should have known
and that's
that he was sharp.
He whistles when he walks.
Yes. When he was he's like I should have known I was in trouble when he came in the room. His wife says he does nothing fast. Slowed everything. Just relax. He gonna be a minute.
Which will take an hour.
And she had ever ready bunny, so they're like driving her up the wall.
And then you have the flamingo that kind of fits in with everything. Kind of like, you want to go? Sure, I'll go. Oh, I'll go here. The flamingo, she's kind of cool, and she just whatever you want to do. Yeah. Right. No real leadership skills. Right. And then you have the gorilla, which Crystal is a flamingo / gorilla because she's very assertive. She's strong.
Assertive. Take control.
Take control. Yeah. She's what do you call it? What did we say earlier about the gorilla? Very aggressive. She has a balance, but she's a flamingo first. Yeah. Now I'm a gorilla / flamingo. She's a flamingo / gorilla. I'm a gorilla / flamingo, but my superpower. Yeah. One of the things that they had split the room up and put the gorillas over here, the turtles, the flamingos, the chameleons in one area, and they were like, point out the people that you guys hate. We didn't even have to have a conversation. We just pointed at the turtles, which would be our superpower. Because the turtles, they may be slow, but they're very methodical. They're very detailed. Now, this guy frustrates me to no end. Yeah. But the detail, he pays so much attention to detail. His eyes are amazing. So you got to give it up for him. Yeah. If he can just get a little gorilla in his blood, just a little bit of gorilla, and you be a little aggressive, go for it. Yeah. He'd be awesome. So your superpower is what you don't show much of, and it's about making sure your team is balanced. You need a gorilla. Right. You need somebody like Don that's aggressive.
You need Don.
That's going for it. Yeah.
So what am I?
Ask questions.
What am I?
I think you're a turtle / urchin. You're a turtle. But no, I think you're. But see, I don't know enough about you. Crystal can tell from what I have, what I've observed of you. No. Listen, the good part of you is this.
Yeah.
You're very detailed or very structured. That's why your business is what it is.
Yeah.
You cross your I's and dot your T's. Anybody that has a turtle on their team will win. Because you will make sure everything's straight before the gorilla goes out and I'm just running free. You be like, hold on, Don. Back it up.
I would probably say he was probably turtle then gorilla, because when he's in a space where he has to be like that, then he don't have no problem going there.
That's second. That's absolutely second.
Probably so.
So when you can balance out that superpower of being a gorilla, that's when you have the best of both. When you can be when you can stop people in their tracks when they see you. Come out of your shell. And we talked about, have you noticed that you never hear that a turtle got ran over by a truck across the road? Why? And you got all these other animals that are much quicker. You got the deer who's a doggone flamingo. He trying to see what's going on. And he get hit by the car. He go as fast as he stop like this to try to see. Crystal gonna mess around and get hit. But look, the turtle feels everything with their hands and their feet. This is you. You like this. You like that. Do I feel a car coming? If you feel it like a mile out, can't see it, but you feel it because you feel it with your feet, you're like, nah. And you just then 2 hours later, here come a car. That's you. You never will get hit. But Crystal, will be honest, here come a car. She's like, a car. She gonna get hit. So it's probably very much like that personality thing that you do, and because it's very, very similar, and you could be one, or you could be both when you do that. But listen, they're talking about this gorilla thing that this young man came up with when he actually put the animals to this personality type, and you can sit back and study who you are. We sat back and we watched the flamingos, we watched the chameleons, and to see yourself in these animals, it was amazing. You could see the gorilla being aggressive, you can see the turtle being calculating, you can see him being slow, you can see the chameleon blending in, and then the other traits that they have second was pretty amazing. I came back a better person. I'm telling you, I got that in a gorilla. So I got that down, but I'm learning how to be a turtle. It's gonna take some time.
This morning,
I'm fast, slow.
This morning, Michael and I were the only ones there at 6 o'clock to work out, and something she said to Michael, and she goes, "I'm being a gorilla," and then Michael was like, "Huh?" And then she came over to me, and we had us doing this whole intermittent run thing. So she says, "So where are you?" I said, "Turtle, I'm right here." She was like, and then she said, "Are you cheating me on you standing right here? I can't cheat you while you standing here right looking at me. You go over there now."
This is how Kristen was running.
If you go on that other side of the room, I might take a break.
She's too cute.
But
we had fun.
There was nobody to distract her today. So me and Michael just running diligently.
We had fun today. We had a lot of fun.
Hilarious, man.
So we have fun at workout, Gilbert.
I hear that.
One day you're gonna come.
Yeah.
If you start now, you'll get there by Monday.
I'll probably get there by Monday.
If you add a little gorilla to your turtle, you'll get there. You'll get there early.
Yeah, because I'll put some aggressiveness in my turtle, right?
But the turtle's cool. That's what balances us here.
Yeah.
You got the gorilla, you got the turtle, you got the flamingo / gorilla, and you got the gorilla. What a show.
So Rochelle, that's why we on a roll today.
we trying to. So spend time in your inner gorilla. Spend time in your inner turtle. I want to spend time in my inner flamingo. I'm gonna try to just fit in sometimes where I go instead of standing out like, "What's up?" Right?
Don's in the house.
I'm here.
I think I'm probably more gorilla than you think.
You probably are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen some.
But you don't lead with the gorilla.
No.
You cool.
I'm cool.
Well, even today when we were talking, I won't mention any names, but when we were talking and I was saying, so you were tired, or something you said, and I was like, and you said who you saw, and I went, So you didn't do what's the name did? He goes, nah, I just kind of, I just like to pace myself. See, that's the turtle.
No, you definitely got some gorilla in you because of who you are and what you've accomplished.
Yeah.
But your lead, you walk in the room, I don't see gorilla, I see cool.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
Oh, yeah, it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. I see you suave, you debonair, you sharp. You know, you ain't gonna mess up your clothes. Yeah. Crystal and I just coming in and like.
Yeah, right. And then, we just came back. So we really in gorilla mode.
Okay.
Last weekend we were at the Bella Network.
Yeah,
And we're just like
gorilla mode.
empowered women walking around.
Yeah.
Like super ladies.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we super ladies this week.
See, that's why I'm turtle, because I want you guys to take the lead and make things happen. And then I'll come along after.
So it's probably the year of the woman gorilla, because all the women, look at all of the women that first timers that got elected. Those are.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. The year of the woman gorilla.
The woman gorilla.
The woman turtle is over. The woman gorilla is here. I'm not a flamingo. I'm not a chameleon. I'm not a turtle. I am a gorilla.
All right. So that's what they did. We're a gorilla.
Oh, that's nice. Take it over.
Yeah. Because they're taking over. In fact, there's this one of the journalists, I can't remember what show she's on, but she actually said, okay, you know what? She was telling somebody, she goes, you know what's going to turn America around? And they were like, I don't know. She's like, black women going to turn America upside down and on their head because of just what happened in Alabama.
It started.
I mean, but look what they're doing. Yeah. And Stacey Abrams, and I ain't conceding yet. No, you going to recount some votes?
I am very upset with Gilbert that he went the first night and said, well, I'm conceding. I'm going, dude, what are you thinking?
Because he ain't the gorilla woman.
You never concede. Never. Because my thing is, I want all votes count to the last one.
Well, first of all, our personality. How many women, no matter what nationality, back down on the first round?
Exactly.
We don't back down on no first round. You don't have to take us to the distance.
Exactly.
But even when we know we in the wrong, we ain't backing down.
Yes.
Right, Don?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna have to brawl this out before I say, okay, I concede.
I just couldn't understand why he conceded. I'm going, dude, what are you thinking? They haven't even counted all the votes yet. What about people from abroad?
And you already know you in a corrupt town.
Exactly.
So you gonna know you're not gonna concede. I'm gonna sit here and wait until you count. I'm gonna go sit in the Secretary of State office with you and watch you count them.
He should have done what Abrams did. See, what she did, she said, hey, I want all these votes count. And after all of these votes count, I'm taking you to court.
Right.
Because you suppressed the vote.
Okay, yeah,
you see
right,
what I'm saying?
exactly.
So that's what he should have done, too, because he knew that they suppressed the vote.
Yeah,
they did.
Oh, they know all kinds of stuff. So the women, we're gonna have to maybe give women gorilla training.
Okay,
guys.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a workshop we're gonna have.
I think that would be a good course for you guys to do.
Teaching you how to be a gorilla, inner gorilla. Pulling out your inner gorilla.
Your inner gorilla. Grab it and bring it out to the surface.
So we're at 20 minutes to
we're gonna take a break.
4 o'clock. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a break right now.
Fun stuff.
I want to learn more about this other side of Dawn here. So we're on the Business Zone with
Crystal,
Dawn,
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. Let's take a break.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.
You're going to have to meet him, Gilbert.
So we're back on the Business Zone with
Crystal
and
Dawn.
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. As you know, we're approaching the end of the year, and what we want to do right now is talk a little bit about some of the things that small businesses need to get themselves ready for 2019, right, Crystal?
Right, because we need to be in prep mode. Some amazing things have taken place, and so as small business owners and entrepreneurs, you can't wait until January 1 to say, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing for my business.
Right.
You need to really be already in mode and already have the plan worked out to be able to, make sure you can just execute, because that's where we should be at, execution place, right?
So we're looking at closing out 2018
and getting ready for 2019.
Okay.
But before I share, and I'm going to talk today about my little injection is going to be on SWOT analysis, on the strength, the weaknesses, the opportunities and threats that you need to be able to
we have a caller
to address. So that you know where your value propositions are. And we talk about that all the time.
Yes.
But we're going to take our caller. But I'm going to share something that Gil Cargill shared with me this morning. It also falls right in line with what we're talking about. But we'll caller.
So caller, state your name and where you're calling from, please.
Dr. Lamar Price calling from Myrtle Beach.
Are you serious, Dr. Price?
Dr.
How are you? You know Dr. Price?
No.
Well, listen, if you don't know Dr.
But
Price,
I feel like I know him now.
you won't know him. Oh, my gosh. Okay, Dr. Price. Well, I want to introduce you to Crystal Mitchell. She is, oh, my God, I'm tickled pink. Crystal Mitchell and Gilbert Buchanan, they are the hosts of the show, I Ride Along. And this is Dr. Price, the real health coach, coming out with a show real soon. He is. Tell him about yourself. I don't want to mess up. He's so incredibly awesome.
And thank you for calling. This is Crystal.
Thank you for calling the Business Zone, Dr. Price.
Well, thank you. I'm all about being about my business.
That's right.
Thank you for having me and giving me the time. Well, I'm a naturopathic doctor. I do iridology, as a means to diagnose my patients and clients, and that will be the study of the iris. So when I look in the eyes, the right and left eye, I'm able to see every organ in the body. I'm able to see all of the systems of the body and your health constitution, whether you're healthy or not healthy. And I can detect disease prior to it showing symptoms. And with that, I use my nutritional background to help people facilitate a healthy lifestyle and a healthy health constitution by way of eating right. And I teach people what to eat, what not to eat. Talk about foods that can cause health issues, foods that are high in acidic, and teach you how to be alkaline.
Oh.
And with that, alkaline builds a stronger, better body physically. When you're alkaline physically, you'll be alkaline mentally. Alkaline mentally, you'll be alkaline spiritually. And then you can make better business deals. You can make better business decisions.
Come on, Pastor.
Because when you're alkaline, your decisions are alkaline, so your outcome, your reaction, your effects will be alkaline. Alkaline body is a body that stays in motion, a body that thrives, a body that knows no disease. But when you're acidic, it's the opposite, and that's basically what's happening in America today. We're a very acidic nation, and we're a very acidic people, and it's unfortunate that when you're acidic, you make acidic decisions, and you can even make acidic financial decisions and find yourself going in circles and striving very hard, and it gets frustrating. It's stressful.
So, Dr. Price, tell them, because I don't want you to give all your stuff away, because I want you right here on the show, but tell them where they can see you and I next month.
Yeah, we'll be currently, doing some lectures together in the Los Angeles community. One will be at the Simply Wholesomes on Slauson and Overhill, and that'll be towards the end of December. And again, we got a couple of engagements coming up with People Helping People, the World Financial Group, which is the WFG, and I'm working with them. We're doing integrative alternative initiatives, and we're going to be bringing health and fitness to the community, and we're going to be keeping it simple. Less is best, but we're going to educate the community on how to keep your body alkaline physically and how to stay in shape, with simple, easy methods. So a better body is a better you.
Absolutely.
So does that mean that since because he just said he's in Florida, right?
He just moved to LA, though. So
I'm in South Carolina because I'm doing a lecture. I'm speaking at a church tomorrow, so I'm out here for that. I do a lot of lectures across the nation. And yesterday I was in New York. A couple of days prior, I did 3-day lecturing over in Connecticut, in the Hartford and Bloomfield area, Waterbury. And I have large groups of people who come out to hear me speak and talk about how to get rid of diabetes, how to treat blood pressure issues, cholesterol. I talk about the top drugs that are being sold and how the black communities are the #1 recipients of the top medications that are out there, and why we lead in all health issues. So I believe in all you're getting, get an understanding. Once you get the communities educated on why we have disease and focus on the source of disease, it's better to do that than just treating symptoms. It can be long term, and then you end up dying as a result of treatment.
Give them an idea.
Cut to the chase.
So before you do that, so then I know that I'm going to have you. We're going to have you.
Yeah,
here
he'll be here on the show. He's gonna be. That's why I text him to call in. I knew it was coming.
Okay.
So do me a favor and tell them really quick, because we have another episode to go to. But tell them really quick. Give them an idea who your clients are right now. Just don't tell them everybody. Tell them a couple of them.
Okay. Well, I have A-list actors, throughout Hollywood, from you name it, Marla Gibbs, John Amos, from Jefferson's Good Times, Michael Coyer, the comedian.
Okay.
I'm working with a lot of high-profile clients, and I can tell you this. One particular client, she's got 2 movies in the theaters right now. So I'm working with her.
Tell them their name.
That is
on the air.
Oh, you can't.
I'm
Okay.
not allowed to disclose certain information on the air.
Okay.
I can't do it.
Well, that's fair.
We can talk about it all day long. But I am working with a lot of celebrities, and the reason is because a lot of the Hollywood celebrities are on set. I'm working with several of the actors on Neighborhood on CBS. And the reason why they come to me is because, they're working long hours on set, and they usually grab junk food, and these people don't feel good, and it's not a secret that many actors are going to depression. They end up on antidepressant drugs. They commit suicide. Many actors are burning themselves out, neurologically, mentally, and it can get out of control. So where I come in is to help them facilitate their bodies, their minds, their soul, their spirit, by keeping them alkaline on a good nutritional plan that I put everybody on.
Well,
so you have to pay to see him. You can pay me the money.
All right.
He gonna pay me the money before he come on the show.
All right. So I guess we'll be seeing you soon.
Yes, he'll be here next week.
And that'll be fantastic. But thank you for calling in. And I think I had a eye doctor long time ago. He was an Asian guy.
Oh.
He was Asian. And he actually looked in my eyes and he says, "You have longevity in the family, in your family." I said, "Yeah, I do." He says, "You're going to live well past 100. I said, "Oh, okay," because my grandmother lived to be 103. Mm-hmm. I said, "Yeah, that's about right, because that's how we roll in our family." But
yeah, the eye is amazing. The eye tells you everything. It's a journal. Your brain keeps very copious notes and keeps excellent records from the time the sperm meets the egg. At conception, your brain is recording everything.
Wow.
I tell people when I look in the eyes, I can see if you had trauma at birth, if mom had a hard labor. I can tell you, yes. If you have
really?
A constitution, if you come from.
Can you tell me who my husband's going to be? I bet you can't tell me that.
He said, yeah, he can.
What you say?
A very wealthy man. A very wealthy man. I tell Don, I said, queens only marry kings. So
there you go.
He's definitely a king.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you. We'll see you when you get here.
All right.
Thank you, Dr. Price.
That's really cool. So there you go. He did your part on health. So as he said, it can stop you from making money if you are not in your healthiest mode.
That's true.
But I'm going to share what Gil Cargill, who is this. He's an old school salesperson, but one of the things he shared with us at the Bella Network conference last week, and I mean, Gilbert, it was awesome. Mm-hmm. We had some awesome presentations from individuals, but one of the things he said, he left us with homework assignments. So our homework assignment was to acquire an accountability partner. And find someone that you know, trust, and respect, and make an arrangement to make sure you're meeting with those individuals weekly so that they can keep you on track for whatever it is you plan to do.
Yeah.
And then I think before I left out of there was a couple people that acquired me as their accountability partner. But that's actually kind of what all our clients are, huh?
Right.
We're an accountability partner.
Yeah.
And then the next one was determine marketing footprint. And that's going to be some of the things I'm going to talk about, because it's so important, I think, from here on out, is to know exactly who your market is, no matter what you do. And it changes for different aspects of what you do. So we're going to talk about that. Embrace marketing automation, making sure, because as a solopreneur, which most of us are, you have to have tools that can help you with what you do, because you can't wear all the hats, Miss Dawn, right?
No.
That's right.
And even if you had to put up with turtles,
No.
and then make a plan and stick with it. So that's our homework assignment that Gil sent out to everybody.
When is it due? When is it due?
Well, I'm not sure if he's going to make us accountable to him. I guess we're going to be accountable to our accountability partner.
Yeah.
So I guess that's how that's going to work.
That will be neat to see it.
Yeah.
See something like that.
Yeah. And for us, it's when we're in the type of business that we're in, where we're always the coaches and the consultants and so forth, finding those, I think you probably do better than Gilbert and I do, finding those partners, those people that can keep you accountable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be a weakness on our part.
Ours is a little structured, a little different.
It's really hard to hold a gorilla accountable.
Yeah.
She just kick you and throw you across the room.
Knock you out the room. Yeah, that's true too. So you gotta find somebody who's not afraid of the gorilla.
Right.
So, but we're going to talk about, what I'm going to talk about is identifying your SWOT, doing a SWOT analysis on your business, and identifying your strengths, your weakness, your opportunities and threats. And I found a new toy, guys. It's called Prezi. It's cool.
Prezi, huh?
So when you use it in a business content, it helps you carve out your sustainable niche in your marketplace. So like Gilbert, when we talk about, there's so many different niches that Small Biz Pro can reach out to.
Right.
So even though you're selling it because it's based upon minority certifications and making sure you're contract ready, but so many different industries could use this.
Right.
And that's kind of what Gil was talking about as well, finding out where all of your marketable areas are and who those target markets, so you can have a campaign to reach each and every one of them.
Right.
So those of you that are in the audience, take out your pen and paper, because today we're the guests and we're sharing our expertise with you to help you get ready for 2019, because we need to come at 2019 like gorillas.
Yes,
everybody needs to be a gorilla in 2019, because there's so many opportunities. And if the election was any indication, it's going to be a pretty powerful next couple of years.
Yes.
It's going to be pretty powerful, but we got to be ready for it. So the definition of a SWOT is, and it's particularly powerful because it helps you uncover opportunities. And I always say this about most business people. Most business people are very linear, unlike the three of us where we think big and broad. Yes. So let's say it's somebody that was in the same, hey, Patricia, in the same business you're in, Dawn, they may not be thinking like you are. You're thinking like global expansion. Big.
Like, go big.
Galaxy like.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But most people would just think about regional, right? Because most physical trainers, that's what they're doing. They're working about those in the neighborhood, those that they see at the gym. And you're operating in that space, but you got a much bigger plan.
Yes.
And so all of us have that capability. Gilbert, this could be all over the world. And so it helps you to see where those opportunities are and how you can fit yourself and adapt yourself to those opportunities. And it also helps you understand where the weaknesses in your business are and to identify and eliminate any potential threats. Because a lot of times the threats to our business come when we're not even looking at, when, we don't even know they're coming. A lot of those come without us even knowing that they're coming. So that's what you guys need to look at. Be honest. You have to be honest, because, if you're only lying to yourself. So some of the areas, especially us as solopreneurs, when we don't see our strength. I met with a young lady this past week, and she came to me with a very specific request. She wanted me to teach her how to be a bookkeeper, because in the business she's in, she kind of handles the financials and so forth. And she is looking for her future, which was good. Right. And so when she asked me, she was saying, well, I want to develop a business where if you teach me how to use QuickBooks, and then I can develop a business where I'm servicing other people in the restaurant business and managing their financials. And I went, okay. So we met. And so I'm sitting there, and I knew the other stuff that she did, the other jobs that she performed. And so I asked her, I said, so let's create a list of what your strengths are. So what her real strength is restaurant management. And she knows how, because it's a science to run in a restaurant, because you could go broke just by buying all of the products to serve, especially if they have an expansive menu. So when we got done with identifying her strengths, I was telling her, you do know, if you were just going to focus on bookkeeping, that's going to be a very limited income base, because you can only do so much, and it's labor intensive. I said, that's not the core. That's a core of what I do, but I do it in various capacities so I can make more money at it. Right. And so she goes, yeah, I did notice that the hourly a rate that you would charge is not very big. I said, it's not. And so I said, so if I were you, and then I gave her some other suggestions, she walked away going, oh my God, because what we did was we identified what her strengths were. Right. And so that's what we want you guys to do, to be very honest with yourself and identify what you consider to be strengths, you personally, and the strengths of your business. And this is an internal field. where are the areas, and you want to do it from your internal, from you, and then you need to do it from your customers and also the people in your market, because you got to know how you're marketing to them to make sure that your campaigns are speaking to them, like you were saying about the gorilla, right? Exactly.
Right.
So because you would have a different conversation to speak with someone that's a turtle than you would have a conversation with me.
Yes.
Right? Or and the flamingo. So there's 3 different kind of.
Depends on whether if they're turtle slash gorilla.
Yeah, right,
If they're
exactly.
turtle slash chameleon, then that.
Right, exactly.
But yes.
But so the questions, and so you guys should be taking out your pens and papers. Those of you that's on Facebook Live, do the same thing.
Before we go into that, can we take a quick break at the 4 o'clock marker and come back, and then we can roll it out for them?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a quick break right now. This is great information, folks. Excellent information on your SWOT. Crystal has a nice spin to it, and I like that spin. So when we come back, we want to lay it out for you so you can adopt it for your business. So you're on the Business Zone with
Crystal,
Don,
and Gilbert Buchanan. Take a break.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.
On. So we're back on the Business Zone
with Crystal,
Don,
and Gilbert Buchanan, and today we're talking about SWOT analysis, folks. Tune in. This might be really helpful to your small business. So,
right.
Crystal, you were telling us about some strengths.
Right. So you're going to ask yourself a series of questions. Hey, Leo, you're going to ask yourself a series of questions that can help you structure that conversation with yourself. So you want to know what the advantages of your organization is, what you do better than anybody else, and what's unique or low-cost resources can you draw upon to help for others that others cannot. Mm-hmm. Because there's certain people that that can help you execute.
So a lot of this will be like your core competencies.
Yeah.
And your value proposition, as well as your features and benefits, right?
Exactly. So when the type of businesses you do, that's a focus because they have to do proposals to highlight that. But your average business person doesn't have to ever identify. And most of them don't have business plans anyway.
Right.
But they don't have to ever identify what their strengths are. And most time they don't know.
Right.
but if you're in the space that you're in, you have no choice.
Right.
Because you got to let everybody else know that.
So how could they identify some of their strengths? How could they do that?
I think you just, like if we go personal, I know I have a gift for gab, and I also know I'm very resourceful. I know that I'm tech savvy, and I also know how to research. Research is something that I do very well, which then will teach me a lot of the software programs that I find.
So it's things that you do and things you do very well.
And things that you do very well, right?
But for the person who doesn't know, like that young lady didn't see her greatness,
Right.
you have to tell her. Sometimes you have to ask somebody, what do you think I'm good at?
Yeah, exactly. You have to
It's
have
as
a
simple as
conversation.
asking someone else a question, yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes your description of you is different than somebody else's description
Right.
of you, right?
All the time.
Just like with the turtle with Gilbert. Gilbert is like,
doesn't think
I
he's a
don't know
turtle."
I'm a turtle.
I know I'm not a turtle, but I'll take it.
You take a turtle.
Yeah, I'll
The
take
business you're in shows that you're a turtle.
it. Oh, really?
Yeah, managing your business, making sure you got everything together before you go, before you even start.
Right, exactly. There's certain parts of you that are turtle because, not everybody could come up with a software product.
Yeah.
And stay at it and be tenacious about it as you have been. Most people would have, they didn't, the first no.
Yeah, they would have given up.
They would have
already.
given up, and so
Because
I would.
I'm analytical, and that's why.
There you go. She said, turtle. So the next area that you want to be able to address is your weakness. Now this is hard. Because that's like picking out your weak points or the parts of your personality that you don't even want to recognize.
Right.
Well, it's not. Well, for some it's not.
So for some people, it's not that easy.
Yeah, because
I ain't weak.
It's things.
Nothing about me weak.
It's things you don't like to do. Things you don't like to
Right.
do. Those are.
What
the
is your
weaknesses.
weakness, Crystal?
What is my weakness?
And what is that quote that says the thing you don't like to do is the one that's actually going to help you scale your business?
That's the one. So
don't
years
wanna do?
ago, when I was a child and when you had to go into a class, you had to do public speaking. I used to hate public speaking.
Yeah.
Love it.
Hated it.
Yeah.
And so I always said, I'm so glad my last name is Mitchell because it's
Right.
like the next day before they'll get to me. Now, look at that. That's a principal part of what I do for a living.
Right.
So I don't know. I have to give it some thought because I've been working on some stuff.
Yeah.
I've been in a problem.
Running is no longer your weakness.
Who?
Running.
Oh, yeah, actually.
After this month.
Yeah, running will not. Yeah, so it was a weakness, but this girl, I'm on a 30-day challenge. Run the challenge right now with her. Actually, I didn't like working out in gyms. I prefer doing stuff, dancing and that kind of stuff. But you're making some changes here. Yeah. So the weakness is determining some steps that you need to improve to do better. For me right now, everything's about money. So yeah, I'm making some strategic plans that is going to change the trajectory of how much money I make. So I'm not working so hard. My whole thing is to eliminate the hard work.
I mean, we.
I know a common weakness among small businesses is not collecting their money.
Absolutely.
And
I don't have that problem.
are not managing the money in the way that it ought to be.
Yeah,
Like
that would be.
documenting it, tracking it.
I would say that, yes, that's the core of my business.
Big weakness.
Yeah, that's a weakness. Also, I would say for a lot of small businesses, so that falls into what you're not doing, what you avoid, right? Like you said, the things you don't want to do, and the things that other people see as a weakness for your business, which happens a lot to our small businesses. They can't retain and bring people back in because there's something that they're seeing and they haven't identified that either.
Right.
So you don't get that repeat business, and which is what we all should
marketing.
be doing.
Yes.
Marketing, right, exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is the loss of sales. So which will affect your bottom line.
Right.
But I do know, and even me, when I was first doing QuickBooks or teaching people how to use QuickBooks, I had to change that because they weren't embracing it.
Right.
So then it's like, okay, I'm not doing another class. And the only way I'm going to do that is to come to your place and train you on site. And now they're coming back to me to ask me to do it in class mode. So, and then right now my thing is to move everything over to a webinar based online.
Good.
So it can free up my time. So opportunities. You guys are pretty good at recognizing opportunity. You are exceptional at
Well, thank you very much.
because you got so much going on.
As long
and
as
a
it's
lot
tied
of
to
people,
money, right?
Yeah, well, but actually, she's got a long-term plan.
Yeah.
So, which is very good because she's not looking for instantaneous money. But I mean, there's some conversations I've heard, I hear you having that a lot of people would have overlooked the opportunities.
Right.
Or just thought, no, I don't want to do that right now, because you hear that a lot. So is making sure that you recognize when you're having conversations that you're listening to see just where somebody's going to drop that little morsel that is going to take your business to another place.
And that's what entrepreneurship is all about.
Right.
You look for that void, that space, and you jump in and you capitalize on it.
Right,
That's
exactly.
really what it is.
But you see that when you counseling and mentoring.
Oh, yeah.
How many of them just see what they see in front of them, right?
And sometimes also when I'm speaking with people, seeing opportunities is usually for them. Like when they're speaking about whatever it is, I say, have you thought about doing this? Or have you thought about including this into your business approach? And they go, no, never thought about it. That's an opportunity right there.
Right.
And that's the same thing with our customers. Sometimes our customers ask us for stuff and we don't really do those things. That's an opportunity right there. So we can look at it. How can we incorporate this into what we do?
Exactly. And then the other thing is interesting trends. At this point, you need to be, hey, Marie, at this point, we need to be recognizing what the trends are going to be for 2019 and making sure. I mean, how many people have actually come here in the studio that we've interviewed and thought, oh my God, this is awesome. I absolutely love it. I should have a podcast. But how many of them actually execute it?
Right.
They don't, right?
They don't.
Yeah. So, which is, from what I see and from us doing this for the last 2.5 years, this is one of the best marketing tools around.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah, and so just seeing what the trends are, and this is one of those trends, is being automated and being visually a radio show or podcast, wherever it is that you can actually show your expertise, and your customers will come to you.
Yes.
And here are a few quick trends right here for 2019. They're talking about technology and sharing. The sharing economy. Sharing economy is a big one.
Right.
It's a big trend. I mean, this has been a trend since, I'd say, last 2-3 years ago. But not too many people get into that.
Right.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Dawn? The sharing economy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So the sharing economy would be, for example, if, let's say we know another small business that has a facility.
Right.
Facility is much bigger than they can handle. We can share the space with them. And then we may offer them something in exchange for the space.
Right.
That's a sharing economy
Right.
there.
So I have a lot of relationships like that. I've been doing that for the last 5-6 years that I'm sharing. You recognize what they don't have, their weakness or their void, and then you fill that void so that they can help. And now we're helping each other. So and actually I'm really kind of pleased because there are a lot of our small business owners that are actually buying facilities and creating those shared environments as business owners. So that's really, because we don't usually get into that kind of stuff. So there's a couple of people out there.
And you remember we talk a lot about small businesses renting facilities instead of buying their own property.
Right, exactly.
You can buy your own property and you can lease it out to other small businesses.
Kind of like the WeWorks.
Yeah, like WeWork. Exactly.
Or the CTRL. Have you seen the CTRL?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's just like WeWork on steroids. It's absolutely amazing. But David Sands just opened one up in Atlanta.
Oh, did he?
Yes, it's called the e-commerce.
Oh,
it's absolutely beautiful.
Okay.
Absolutely. So a lot of his friends are bringing their seminars there. It's big enough to do a seminar that hosts 200 people.
Wow.
And then he's allowing individuals to come in and schedule their picture taking, or photographers who use rooms. He has maybe like 10 or so rooms that you can do whatever you want in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really nice, and they're really utilizing it.
Oh, that's cool.
It's in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's a big one right now. And when I looked at trends, that is one of the trends. So you guys if you're looking for a great opportunity, that could be one of them for you. And also recognizing whatever change in technology and governmental policies and social patterns. Those are all of the things that you should be looking at when we're looking at opportunities, because they're going to grow. They're going to greatly affect your business. And even if you have a business plan, you need to go back and look at those things, because something will have definitely changed. And our final one is identifying threats to your business. Because, if there's a recession in like the real estate industry, that's a cyclical business. So every 7 years it changes. And then with who's in the White House right now, is some interesting things could take place, especially if the interest rate goes up. And look at the threats to just on the ballot. There was a big thing between Prop 10, and it was like apartment building or people, that had apartment buildings, and then the renters.
Yes.
Big threats between both, because they benefit, but what about the 134,000 people living on the street? They're not benefiting. So it's like those are those things that externally they can have a major effect on your business, and you have nothing to do with it. So you want to be able to identify whatever obstacles, your competitors, quality standards, and your job, because that's a big problem of what's going on in America is nobody has stayed on top of their skill sets.
Wow.
And advance their skill sets so that they can be ready for whatever the changes and whatever opportunities are. And you have to invest in yourself. You really, truly do. You got to either a coach or take care of yourself, your health, but you got to invest some money into making those things happen. I'm looking to enhance and to grow my speaking business, part of my business. That means I'm going to have to invest some money to make that happen. So that's what some of the things that I've been working on this year. And you're doing some just awesome things. I can't even wait until you're ready to let the world know what you're doing, because wow, I'm so proud of her. She does some great things.
Good girl.
And this Small Business Pro, when you take that to that next level,
I'm telling you.
Yeah, we'll still be here, guys, but we're going to be doing it a little different, probably bigger and broader.
That's an opportunity right there. And as far as trends, another thing that small businesses should really look at, they should look at regulatory activities and requirements. For example, we just did that stupid Proposition 8 and 10. Now, from those propositions, there might be little taxes that fortunately they didn't pass.
Right. They didn't pass.
But if they did, then there would have been little taxes attached to that would become real January 1st. And that would affect many small businesses that, a lot of us didn't think about. So those are threats that happens that will affect small businesses too, from a regulatory standpoint. Other threats could be the type of employees you bring into your organization. You got to groom them. You got to let them know. You stay off the phone. You stay off the internet.
Right.
You don't get on the phone during work hours. Right. Those things can affect you too.
And even what we just saw with the shootings that's taking place, you don't know what the mental health is of your employees, and you don't know what stressors that could have them come in your door and just look up and start shooting people.
That's true.
And you have no inkling that was even there, because they not come. You don't know them.
Right.
You only know what you see there of them here, but we don't know what's happening at their home. So even those things now, you got to really think about stuff. You just can't go walking willy-nilly into places and not assuming that something could happen. And so those are those threats. And it was interesting on Sunday at the Bella Network. You weren't there on Sunday. So Captain Lynch was there talking about the safety and shooters, which actually was kind of interesting, because he showed some videos that, black people act one way and other people go And black folks, like, you hear the first shot, you out.
Exactly. It sounds like a gunshot.
You like tuck roll. Right?
That's why I don't do firecrackers. And all
Right.
that.
Right, because
I
that's
do
kind of
not
scary
do
in
those
this
things.
world, right?
Because, see, when I was in Jamaica, we didn't have firecrackers. So when you hear those sounds, you know they're real bullets.
They're bullets, okay.
So when I came here and they're doing their 4th of July thing and I hear that, I wasn't anywhere near that. I was gone. And they're going, what's wrong with you? I'm going, those could be bullets. You don't know?
Yeah, they could be. That happens
Yeah.
a lot in New Year's,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
the bullets. But so here's, and I'm going to wrap up with this one. So we're sitting there, and he's doing his presentation on shooters and what are the precautions and what you need to do if you find yourself in that situation like the other day, right? Like they were at the bar, right?
Yeah.
And what to do. And so we're sitting there, and he's talking, and Alicia calls him to say something to him. So she whispers something to him. Then he comes back very nonchalantly to the mic, and he says, we need to exit the room because the hotel smells that smoke. And we're sitting there going, okay, is this an exercise? So some of us was like, okay, let me get up, let me get my purse. And so we're still waiting for him to say, foul. He goes, no, this is for real. So we had to exit the room.
Really?
Because somebody was smoking in the lobby.
Went off.
And they could smell the smoke. So they the hotel evacuated everybody. And we're sitting there going, so one of the ladies said, wait a minute, I left my purse.
So she's going to go back to
He's like, you can't come back in because it was real.
Right.
It was so surreal.
Because you're not supposed to smoke in hotels.
No.
There's no smoking anymore at all? You can't even smoke
outside, but not in the room. So
I forgot that.
Yeah, so we're like, are you for real?
Because somebody was
Captain?
smoking.
Somebody was smoking. We were outside for about 5 minutes.
They didn't just the lobby area. They didn't evacuate the whole building.
Not the whole building, but those of us that were in the conference room and in the front room, everybody had to walk out. So we had to, and he had said, now when you have to evacuate, don't go across the room, the door you came in. Find the nearest exit. So some people were going that way, and there's an exit this way. We all kind of, Mona was in the way. Folks was going to knock her down to get to the door. So it was kind of interesting. But those are threats. So those are the things, guys, that you really need to start to look at right now. And do your research so that you can make sure coming for 2019 that you've identified your strengths, your weaknesses, and any opportunities that are out there for you to increase the revenue in your business or create. You might want to be buying a building. So there's things, which is a good idea. There are things that you have to put in place and that you have to prepare your business for whatever you're about to execute. But you do need to identify them. And so those are your SWOT analysis. I'll come back at some other point and do this. The new one is called SOAR.
Okay.
And so, but we'll leave that acronym
SWOT
to another day. SWOT and SOAR.
I like it.
And every business should really develop a SWOT within their organization because it will really help them in growing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, so there's a funder that we have for our nonprofit, not Recycling Black Dollars, but Pete Brown, the tennis program, that in order for us to submit an application for the grant, we had to identify our SWOT and our SOAR.
And the key thing about this is if you have one and you practice it on a regular basis, when it comes time to do a grant like that, you already know your SWOT. You don't even have to worry about it.
Right.
You see what I mean? It's automatic. Yeah.
And it changes because your business, hopefully your business is changing.
Right.
But it should change. It should change.
Right. You will add strengths or you will take away strengths. You will add weaknesses because the whole purpose of identifying your weaknesses is to convert them into strength.
Into strengths, exactly.
Right. Exactly.
And threats. Also,
And the threats.
so anything
And turn the threats into opportunities. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's the whole thing. So they kind of work, they interlink with one another, so that your business is not stagnant, and that is moving forward.
And the good thing about the SWOT is when you look at it from an internal, external standpoint. The internal will be the strength and the weakness because those are internal. Those are from you, the talent, or from your employees, or from your company. That's internal. The external, the threats and the opportunities, some of those come from outside of your organization.
Right, exactly.
So that's how they look at it that way, internal and externally.
Right.
And this is a pretty neat and fascinating subject.
The business zone is coming on.
Is this my phone?
Yeah.
I'm going to make it a ringtone for you.
Perfect timing.
The business zone is on, everybody. Go tell everybody. But yeah, it is, because most people, most of our small businesses, they're working in the business and they're never working on the business.
Exactly.
So you want to change that. You want to always be working in your business. Even those who have accomplished a certain level of confidence and success in their business, you don't want to be stagnant. You want to continually to grow, because you get bored.
Yeah. Did you want to cover the SOAR a little bit? Or no?
No,
we're gonna let you. That's the next.
Turn.
That's the next one.
Okay.
So now Gilbert is going to take you into protecting all of those opportunities and really addressing threats.
That's right. Well, what I want to cover here, I want to go over a little bit about your copywriting. I'm sure we all hear about copywriting, and copywriting can cover so many different areas. And since I have some experience in this area, I want to share some of my experience as well. Now, copywriting, some people say, what is copywriting? Copywriting is your ability to protect written materials, a song, music, a movie, any artwork that you've created, and it's your original work, a movie script, a play,
a lyric,
lyrics, anything to that effect. Workshop materials. Those are things that are copyrightable. A lot of us don't know that. And when you copyright these materials, they're protected by law. This is in the Constitution. So just so you know that, a lot of people don't know that. They think, oh, I'll just copyright things and, I'll just write a letter to myself. Well, we'll talk about that too. But this is pretty much what this is all about. Copywriting is protecting your craft, protecting your artwork, so that no one really infringes on it and you don't get the benefit of the value of your craft. So that's copywriting. Now, there are some reasons why I want to go over 3 reasons why you want to protect your work. Your work is an asset, so you definitely want to protect that. And many people, sometimes they may hear you may write a song and somebody hear that song. Oh, I like that song. And then next thing you know, you hear your song playing on a different airwave or playing at a concert or somewhere. And you're going, wait a second, that's my song, that's my lyrics. But because you didn't copyright it, you really don't have the rights to it. And what I want to put out there to let you all know is that first to document and record is the owner of the material. It doesn't necessarily mean that the person who stole your material is the original owner. But if they record it, if they copy it, if they document it before you did, then now they own it. Mm-hmm. Now they own it. So these are things that I really want to put out there for you. I myself have experienced this before. I've written songs and I decide to sing the song for a producer so the producer can hear what the song sounds like and determine whether or not he's going to produce a song for me. So I'm there singing this song. Next thing I know, producer says, I don't like that song. Man, that song sucks. It won't sell. Next thing I know, I hear my song playing, somebody else singing my song. You see what I mean? Those things happen. I've had this done with my workshop materials.
Oh, yeah, that happened a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
I've heard of quite a few people said that their workshop material have been stolen.
Yeah.
And they've gone to the workshop and going, that's my material.
That's my material. So you want to be careful about what you do. Like, for example, Dawn is a fitness instructor. So Dawn may decide to write a syllabus or a curriculum or a training manual or a book. But then She didn't copyright it.
Right.
And next thing you know, somebody came to her class, they saw it, and they decide that they're going to go reproduce it. And then they copyrighted it. Now Dawn no longer owns it. The other person who records or who documents it is the owner.
And that could happen a lot because if she's training in a gym, you never know. You're paying attention to your clients. So
Exactly.
You never know if other trainers or would be
trying
trainers
to steal my moves.
Exactly.
Happens all the time.
Right, it happens all the time, right?
Exactly.
And then they look up and then they want to then they take your signature. But she's usually there's not she. Do you do that intentionally?
But there are really no new moves when it comes to
it's
fitness.
not.
But
It's just how you deliver.
you can create a brand around a specific style. Like CJ, he's known as the training boxer, and he has his little slogan. He has 4 or 5 training moves in boxing that he's converted over to. So you can create a style like that and make it your signature, and probably patent it or something like that, or copyright or something. But there are really no new moves.
Right.
But yes.
Now, but the guy that started Zumba, that man,
That's a whole new creation.
Oh, he created it.
Yeah.
And he has a building for about 20 attorneys that maintain the integrity of his brand.
So that's kind of an example of how CJ's taken some moves and made them his own. So we can do something like that. I can take some dance moves and put some well-known dance moves, maybe, twist it, put a twist to it.
So that's a very good point that you brought up. So if somebody creates a dance move and you go in and you use some of the same dance moves, but then you adjust it a little bit. So let's say at least 10% of it, you've modified it at least 10%, at least. Then now it becomes a new. You see what I mean?
Yes.
It's a new approach. It's no longer the other person's. So these are things, but some people, if they're fair and honest, they'll give that person recognition for that. They'll give them credit and say, hey, adopted from Dawn, or adopted from the Business Zone, or adopted from, whatever it is. So some people will be fair and some people won't. We're at the bottom of the hour. Right. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we're going to come back. But we can delve into this baby, and there's so much to it. We're on the Business Zone with
Crystal,
Don,
and Gilbert Buchanan. Take a break.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.
So we're back on the Business Zone with
Crystal,
Don,
and Gilbert Buchanan, and today we're talking about copywriting. which is really important to many small businesses, many artists, and many individuals, entrepreneurs and individuals who are trying to pursue certain aspects of their career, and they've got written materials, whether it's a song, whether it's a draft, a book, or a journal, manuscript, a movie, you name it, artwork, you name it. Those are things that need to be copyrighted. Now, I just want to share the difference between copywriting and trademark, because some people kind of get them a little bit mixed up. Trademarking is when you trademark a mark itself. So if you have a logo, if you have a slogan, if you have a phrase that you use, those are things you trademark. But when you're copywriting something that's original, something that you've written, a song, a book, something to that effect, with your original information. So just so you know the difference between those. One is a mark and one is narrative that you have.
Can you trademark a name? Yes.
You could trademark a name as well, yes. You could trademark a name.
If you're using it as a brand, right?
If you're using it as a brand. Mm-hmm. So let's see what else you can trademark. You can trademark a symbol. Mm-hmm. You can trademark, I mentioned a phrase. You can do a phrase and a slogan. Those are things that you can do. But when it comes to copywriting, you're doing narrative, original narrative. And it could be a poem. You could have a poem. You could trademark that as well.
You can trademark colors, right? Like
no.
Dummies is yellow and black. Robert Kiyosaki is black and purple.
Well, you can trademark it if it's synonymous with your brand, your company, your business. Like with Starbucks. Mm-hmm. Starbucks have that
the green
mm-hmm. with that little lady with a little frizzy hair. Mm-hmm. That's synonymous with them.
Oh, so you're saying only synonymous with the whole logo,
the whole brand?
Okay.
Yes.
It's got to be just
so
like
somebody
Nike,
else came
black
out
and white.
So
yes.
So if somebody came out with yellow and black books, when you walk into the library, you just see the yellow and black. You already know that's the Dummy series. So if somebody else can come up with
right. So they make those colors synonymous with the Dummy series.
Okay. Yeah. So haven't they branded those colors though? So like when you walk in,
they can't because colors are universal and nobody owns colors.
Okay, good.
Right.
Good. So I can do my series and it'd be yellow and black and be right next to them.
Right.
And they can't do nothing about it.
And the only reason they're going to know it's yours. The only reason they're going to know it's yours is probably because your logo is going to be on your symbol.
When they grab it and look, but they're going to walk right through my stuff. It's yellow and black. They're like, there they go over there. And then they'll find out later, oh, it ain't the Dummy series. It's the Dawn series.
And that
might as well buy it.
That happens a lot too. That happens a lot of people, they use similar colors as another organization with a little twist to it.
Right.
Because they want to get people's attraction.
Well, I think that's I don't know if that and I thought about that a couple of days ago when I was in the gym with Planet Fitness, being yellow, being purple and yellow, which is
they can have that though.
But they've been around.
So tired of them colors. They can have that.
I know, but I know they didn't start in Inglewood, so it couldn't have been Lakers. But it just seemed like it's so apropos to be in Inglewood that they definitely had to have one. But I guess in California, if they love the Lakers, then that was their colors.
Yes,
but you said you're tired of those colors.
Purple place.
Now, here's another thing I want to put out there for copywriting. So let's say the original creator of a material dies. They copyrighted a material, but then they die.
Right.
That copyright can live for 70 years after that person's died.
Oh, how many years?
70.
So that's almost like a lifetime, even though that person is gone.
Yes.
So if they died at 20 and that was their brand and their copyright, then you can't do it even 70 until 71 years afterwards.
Yes.
Wow.
You see what I mean? So these are things that it's very important for people to know.
I didn't know about that one.
And your copyright, another thing I want to put out there, your copyright is an asset to your business. So let's say you're selling your business. You're selling the copyrighted materials as a value. Yeah. So based on the standing in the marketplace, you can put a value, an intangible value on that copyright. And when you're selling the business, you can include that as part of your value and you can sell it.
And actually, from an accounting standpoint, on the balance sheet, I've added individuals' intellectual property as a value, an asset of their business, and some mineral rights. I think I had a business that I had to put in their mineral rights because they actually had some on their property, and then they had some other rights that were almost like intangible because you couldn't see it, but it's still that was part of their intellectual property.
Right. And the gap will allow you to do those types of things, those intangible assets, up to a reasonable value. They'll allow you to give a reasonable value for it.
Right, exactly.
Some people may say, "Oh, my copyright is worth $1 million." Well, you got to show how it's worth $1 million. Was it generating $1 million? That type of thing. Or are people flocking to your product or your service because of that particular copyright? And you're making money that way.
Well, like she said, the dummy series,
black
and the yellow. People would think that was the case.
Right.
I mean, Nike would be a prime example if someone, did something similar.
Yes.
Remember coming to America and they used the McDowell. McDowell.
That was funny.
Right, but it had arches and the whole bit, but it was McDowell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That was funny. So with copywriting, the whole purpose of it is to protect yourself. To protect your asset and to protect yourself. And that's very crucial for small businesses and individuals to know. Now, sometimes in copywriting, they have what they call fair use versus, how do I want to say this? Fair use versus, like when you purposely infringe on somebody's right versus fair use. Fair use. Fair use is when you use a document or an image or some text in your material and you do it by accident or you copy it by accident. That's fair use.
Okay.
You're using, you got a narrative that you love. Maybe it's a poem or something. Oh, I want to keep this. You're not going to use this for commercial purpose, but you copy it.
But you copy, so that's fair. That's okay.
Fair
that's
use.
all right.
Yes, that's
but
fair
if you
use.
take your presentation and your material,
and you go profit from it.
Yeah.
Kind of like how they're making sure you have permission to use someone's song.
Exactly.
If you're using the way that you are making money, they think you're getting a gain from the song.
Right.
If you're just using it in general, you can use it.
Right.
And I would see that's the violations from stock photos because everybody uses stock photos on their websites and everything, right? And so if you don't get permission, and the same thing on music, that when people are recreating videos for YouTube, but YouTube is they won't let you, and Instagram won't either. When I do the dance studio, she has to speed if she uses a song that she hasn't, because she'll remix it so she can use it. But if she doesn't do that, then when she goes back to put it on Instagram, she has to speed the music up so that they can't really hear. That happened recently to a song we were doing.
And those are key things. What I was trying to remember was fair use versus free use.
Free use. Okay.
So that's what it is. The fair use is when you accidentally do something, and free use is when you try to use a person's stuff for free and not give them credit. So those are some key stuff that one needs to understand about copywriting. If you want to register your material, and I've registered my materials before, you go to copyright.com and I think it's copyright.gov. Let me see. I'm going to double check. .gov. Yeah, you go to copyright.gov and you pay $55 for the material. Now, because we are presenters, we're facilitators, so when we teach a workshop, we teach multiple types of topics.
Right.
So if you're going to copyright all of that, then you can copyright it together like it's in a book format. So you may have 5 courses that you're copywriting, but you got to copyright it like they're together in a series. As opposed to trying to copyright 5 items for the same price, because they'll get you. I tried copywriting 5 different classes, and they said, $55 for each one. You can't do $55 for all 5. Series? Yeah.
So yours are so
if
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So if you're not teaching a series where they're together in the material, the book, then you have to pay $55 for each class, each topic. Those are things to know.
And I don't even know. I wonder if people even know that, because $55 is not a lot of money.
No, it's not.
If they even knew that it was that cost, that it didn't even cost that much to go through the steps. Now, what are the processes for? You go to copyright.gov and fill out an application,
you go to copyright.gov and you'll get a form, which I'm thinking that I'm gonna put online, so individuals can see it. So you go to copyright.gov, you fill out this form, and then when you fill out the form, it's going to ask you a lot of questions. It's going to ask you about you. It's going to ask you about the material itself. It's going to ask you, when did you first create this material? How did you create it? What was the environment and the reason for doing that? Because they're trying to figure out what the setting was. Because if somebody else can't come by and say, hey, I'm the owner of this, then they're going to ask them the same question to see if it was similar or not. Okay? So then you fill that out, and then once you fill it out, you submit it to the copyright. You can do it online. You can do it online. So you submit it to copyright.gov. Then they will review it to see if it's copyrightable. And then they'll send you a confirmation to let you know, okay, we agree that this can be copyrighted. Next step is this. We're going to review it. And then once we review it, then we'll document it in our library. And you get like a confirmation number. Number, right. And the confirmation number has a date and all of those things. So that's how they do it. Now, I have the form here. And the form is called a Form CA. So that's the form that they're going to use for copywriting. The form is 2 pages, only 2 pages. And it's amazing. It's a fillable form. It's a PDF, a PDF, but it's fillable.
Okay. Let me ask this question. So if a person was wanting to find out before they went through that process, even before they sent the application, is there a place where they can go search and see if something's already copywritten?
Yeah, if you go to copyright.gov, they have a search library where you can go and search for it. And you search by putting in certain keywords. Okay. You put certain keywords from the narrative or from the text or whatever to see if it comes up. And anything having those words in it will pop up.
Okay.
And you get to go through it.
So you can take a variation of it, just cannot be the exact.
It cannot be the exact.
Okay. Does it have to change the context of it?
Yes, you have to change the context, because if it's a similar thing, let's say you write a play on how to do a burlesque dance or something like that. You know what I mean? And then I come and I do the same thing. Your theme, your burlesque theme is a certain thing, and I have the same theme, then that's going to seem like an infringement. Right. So if I'm going to use some of the same narrative that you're using, it has to be for something else.
Something else.
Yeah.
Wow, and that's actually you use the theme. The young lady that I take the burlesque class, she actually produces, and I don't know if she trademark copyrights them, but every show that we've done, those are her. She creates.
If she doesn't.
Yeah. She creates the dances and the music and the whole entire show.
Good show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Worth
she
stealing.
does that whole thing.
She should copyright it.
Yeah. I don't know if she has. I have to ask her if she has, because even in class, even if we're doing a step and we may not be as fluid about it as she is, she goes and we've been practicing for a couple of weeks, she'll go, you know what, we're just going to switch that. So let's just do this. And she just does it right there. Like Wow, that's pretty. and all the different pieces, because there's a lot to go in it. But I don't know if she's copywriting that. I'll have to ask her.
That would be very good if she did. Now, some people may say that you don't have to register with a copyright.gov. You can just put this in an envelope and mail it to yourself.
The cheap man,
the
poor
man's way.
Copyright.
Yeah, we've heard that over and over, right? That doesn't really wash anymore.
Because everything's online.
Everything is online.
Everything is online.
And when you register, you get the confirmation number, the date, and everything, and it's recorded somewhere. So that's what they're looking for right now. So if you do that stuff where you put it in an envelope, that's not first to register. You see what I mean? Because only the people who are first to register gain the benefit of accepting it as their own. Right.
So but it needs to be documented somewhere other than
in the library, the government library.
And I think that's really important because every content marketing is like huge now.
Yes.
And so many people are going to be, they're using it, and we've learned to make money off of it. So that's going to be really important for people, especially if you're creating original content.
Right.
So let me ask this question. So based upon our shows, should we be doing?
Yes. A lot of people put copyright at the bottom of a document they create, but that doesn't mean it's copyrighted. That's just some words they put on a paper called copyright. See what I mean? So we have to go out and copyright those things with the copyright authority.
But how would we do, so we've been on the air for a couple of years, how would we go about that?
So what we could do is we could take the show, take a snippet of it. The show will have a name and a title.
We licensed that, whatever we had to do with that.
Yeah, and that will send a little snippet of that to them so they can see what the show is all about. And then it's going to be our image on the flash drive.
Yeah, because we're the talent.
Yes.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Oh, we should do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how we're going to do it. Another thing I want to say real quickly before we wrap this up is sometimes when you have materials, there are people who like to borrow your materials. Like, for example, you write a training manual or something like that and people borrow it. Well, it's flattering to know that someone is borrowing your material, but what you could do is tell them that, okay, this material, even if it's not copyrighted, right? You tell them, what I'd like to do is to license this to you. I want to license this material to you. So then they pay a fee for using your material. And if they agree to do that, then that's one step closer to getting it copyrighted. Because now you have an agreement.
Right. And they can pay you that money monthly.
They pay you
something
monthly.
That we have the opportunity of buying Microsoft Word up front, right?
Exactly.
Or buy it monthly, and when they change it or upgrade it, we automatically get. But we're buying the rights to use it.
You're buying the rights to use it for a year.
For a year.
Yeah, and then
you have to rebuy.
Yes.
And in fact, most of them have gone in that, like Adobe.
Yeah.
You used to be able to purchase Adobe straight out, but you cannot do that.
Right.
Even with some of the
I think Dropbox is like that too, right?
Yeah, all of them are that way. You're paying for the space. Yeah, your competitor. Yeah, competitor. Well, Google
Dropbox is your competitor?
Yeah.
The Dropbox in the cloud thing?
Yeah, because my system is a record-keeping system as well. So you get to upload your documents and retrieve them quickly. But this is like Dropbox on steroids anyway. So
yeah, yours got yours has got
really?
bells and whistles.
Yeah, you already have file it. With Dropbox and Google Drive, you have to create your own systems.
Yes.
Yours is
These
already
are
a system.
pre-made.
Yours are preset, so all you have to do is just go plug them in.
Yes.
So yours is on a whole nother level. Yes,
exactly.
On steroids. So not really. It's an indirect competitor.
Yes, it's an indirect competitor.
But it's not a competitor.
Direct, indirect, I don't care. We're going to smash it.
We're going to smash it.
Come on.
There you go.
Go get him, Tyler.
But yeah, you have to. But you do really have to think about that, especially with so many people that are so creative today.
Yes.
I mean, you get to working at nighttime and masterminding. Content.
Yeah.
I'm like masterminding.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wait, it's 3 in the morning.
He got the look.
Yeah. That's true.
Flamingo. As David says, sleep is for suckers.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now you see why he made me so mad the other day when I was there, right? I went to see him, and he said, "Sleep is for suckers" has been my motto, so I'm not sleeping, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping until it's done.
Yeah.
So then he says, we were at this event. He goes, "Sleep is also synonymous for watching TV. You sleeping? You ain't got time to be. You can be working on your stuff. Sleeping means." It means a numerous of things. Sleeping can mean don't be out playing when you got work to do. You're sleeping at that time. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, so it really don't mean
really don't mean sleep.
It really don't mean stay up until 3. But y'all getting up for the 3 o'clock news. I'm up for the 3 o'clock news. Because I want to hang with them. The millionaires up for 3. No, so it means more than just. You mean I can sleep a little bit?
Yeah, it's a metaphor.
Oh yeah, right. Because this one don't sleep either, but it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. You can sleep. You can
I don't
sleep.
sleep at all. But all in all, I want you guys to make sure you copyright your materials so you protect yourself, because you never know. Sometimes you generate a document, a narrative, a song, a music, a play, whatever. And 10 years down the road, someone decided to offer you a big opportunity, a movie deal or something like that. I mean, that's because you have it copyrighted.
Well, look how many rappers, their jingles, they hear their jingle or their loop somewhere, and then they're back. Didn't that happen to Dre and a whole bunch of folks that it happened to? Yeah. Even ones that you would think, I think Justin Bieber just had that problem, right?
I think they're protected.
Right. And who was it just told 46 minus 1 to stop using their music? I think Rihanna just told him just don't use his music.
Oh, Pharrell
told him don't use my music.
They told who?
President.
The president. Because remember that's right. 46 minus 1.
We telling the president not to use our music.
Right. Because right after.
Does he really have time to be doing that?
Well, he did though, because when they had the synagogue shooting,
the
next day he had a rally, and they're playing Pharrell's music, Happy.
Yeah.
He's like, no, don't do unless you're gonna pay music. and I'm sure they're not getting rights to do that.
No, I think he's the president. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah. So
see, in that case, that's not
fair use. That's not fair use.
That's free use. Yes.
But the context of it, because I would think if you were going to use fair use, you got to think critically to make sure if you are borrowing someone's music or movements that you're not doing it in a way that can hurt them.
Right.
Or look like it's disrespectful. Exactly. And so by him using the song Happy the next day, that was disrespectful to the person that wrote it, because that's not why he wrote it.
And if you notice on certain television shows or on the air or whatever, if they're going to use a song, they'll only play 20 seconds of it.
Right.
By law, you can play 20 seconds and you're not held accountable for that.
But if it goes over the
you
whole
go over
thing,
that 20 seconds, then you got to pay up some money, some royalties.
Right, exactly. Yes. Right, exactly. Yeah, so there's, again, with everything so freely on the internet. That you do have to protect yourself more now than it used to be, because you couldn't research 20 years ago and go find your stuff online.
Right.
And so you have to be real careful. I know I'm careful when sometimes people don't send me their pictures when we're using it here, and so you can Google a person, but I always reach out to them and say, look, I want to make sure I send a flyer out to you, but do you have a problem with me using what there's a picture on your website or I do Google search and your picture will pop up. Can I use it?
And another thing that we got to get back.
For you, I actually asked you for your picture.
We got to get back into this when we have guests on the show. We got to have them sign that disclaimer that we have the right to use their material, their image in our likeness on the YouTube or whatever. because sometimes they can, hey, I didn't tell you to publish my picture.
Right. Actually, I in the sign up. That's why I use the Sign Up Genius, because it has some of the document. It has that in that. So I prefer them to come through the Sign Up Genius so that they've signed off on the fact that they're going to be on the show, and it tells them exactly what the show is and gives them all the verbiage.
Because even in my workshop, you see, when I do my workshop, I have them sign that release form.
Right.
That means once we videotape that workshop, we can put the images, online. We can put it on YouTube or whatever. We can use it in training videos, and they can't come back and say, "Oh, I didn't give you permission to use my image. What are you doing? Making money off me."
Yeah, we do that with the kids too. Before, that's part of the sign up when the children come into the biz camp. That we are going to use their information, so the parents need to know.
Yes,
and then we ask them.
So we're at the top of the hour, Crystal.
All righty. That was a good show.
It was great. Good information.
See, that gorilla was really stomping up on the turtle right over here, man. So that's why I didn't realize time was going by so quick.
She woke you up when she told you were a turtle.
That's too funny. This is a good show. Everybody's asking me questions.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
So one of the things,
answer the question.
I was.
So one of the things that we're going to do with this is that we're going to actually start doing some side stuff, and we're going to create a library of these type of trainings that are outside of what we do. So and then you will become a member of on our YouTube
the Business Zone
and the Business Zone, and then you will have accessibility.
You'll have access to all the materials you've heard on here. All the guests, all the experts like Dawn and Crystal and myself. It's going to be phenomenal.
Right. So where can they listen to this today?
So YouTube, you can go to Morris Media Live, and then by tomorrow it'll be at the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert YouTube channel. You always can see it on my Facebook page and also the Business Zone's Facebook page. You can find it there. And I think you've tagged us. Did you get that? And Don tagged us, so you can go check us out there.
So that's the Business Zone at crystalandgilbert.com.
.com, right.
Okay.
So how do we reach you?
You can reach me on all social media at Dawn, DAWN, Strozier, STROZIER. Or you can watch me every Wednesday.
Every
Wednesday.
Makes me laugh.
Every Wednesday at 4 or 7, depending on where you are, on The Blend, theblendtalk.com. Facebook is our platform. It's a great show.
All right. How about you, Crystal?
You can reach me at Mitchell Business Solutions and Recycling Black Dollars. Also, next Tuesday, Recycling Black Dollars is having our monthly breakfast mixer. Miss Angela Gibson Shaw
All right.
will be speaking from the president of GLAC, the Greater Los Angeles African American Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
So come on out, because she's going to talk about using your networking with your resources. And we are in membership, so become a member.
All right.
Gilbert's a member.
That's right.
You got to get Jackie your ad.
I know.
And we got some great things that's about to happen with making sure that our resource guide is digitally accessible. Mm-hmm. So we're working with somebody to do that. And that's how you reach us. Recycling Black Dollars or Mitchell Business Solution or the Business Zone. That's how you find me.
And Gilbert Buchanan at Gilbert@thebuchanangroup.net. And you can go to my site, Buchanan and Associates, or you could go to Small Biz Pro. Get yourself a free copy of my software and check to see if your record-keeping system is up to par. If you find a record-keeping system better than mine, I give you $50.
Oh, whoa, challenges. Money challenges.
So thank you for joining us today on the Business Zone. We're on the air every Friday from 3 to 5 at morrismedialive.com. When you have our fabulous
Crystal,
Don,
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. We're out.
All right. See you guys next week.
As a small biz pro, so we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, so we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh, yeah. Crystal Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just review the pages of my marketing plan. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just review the pages of my marketing plan. Got my capability statement, yes, I'm ready to go. Got my balance sheet, my P&L, my statement of cash flow. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, yeah. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just review the pages of my marketing plan. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just review the pages of my marketing plan. Got my capability statement, yes, I'm ready to go. Got my balance sheet, my P&L, my statement of cash flow.